Hello ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to be doing a Star Wars characters ranking video. I, as always, am your host, James R. from James R. LEGO Productions, and without any further ado, let's get into this. To start, we have to begin with the main character of Star Wars as a whole, Anakin Skywalker, aka the Chosen One. So, Anakin, he's cool, but he's not the best. I'm going to put him up here in A tier. Next up, let's go with Anakin's master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, Obi-Wan, he's not the best, but also he is awesome. So I'm going to say he deserves A tier as well. Now, on to someone who is not as commonly known, Master Kelleran Beck. From The Mandalorian Season 3, he's the one who saved Grogu. I would say he deserves B tier. He's not in as much, but he's still cool. Now on to someone who I personally am not a fan of. Ki-Adi-Mundi. I don't think I need to say anything more than that. Now on to Qui-Gon Jinn, the master of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and savior of Anakin Skywalker. B tier. He's not in enough for me to genuinely care for the character as much as I do for Anakin or Obi-Wan, but he is not a bad character like Ki-Adi-Mundi. Now, on to Rey Skywalker, or Rey Palpatine to some people. She's not a terrible Jedi, as many people say, but she doesn't deserve to be on the same grounds as my dude Qui-Gon Jinn. Man, if it'll even... There we go. So, C tier. Now, on to our first Darksider of the list, assuming we don't count him as a villain, Darth Maul. Now, he's not that great in Phantom Menace, but he does get considerably better later on in the timeline in his appearance in Star Wars The Clone Wars. I'm giving him A tier. There we go. Oh man, wow. This was an awful idea. There we go. Now, on to some people's favorite character, Aayla Secura. She's a Twi'lek Jedi, and honestly, she's an okay Jedi, but I just don't care for her that much. B tier. My man, Master Mace Windu, savior of the Twi'lek people. A tier. The moment you're acted by Samuel L. Jackson, you just become that much cooler. Kit Fisto. Once again, A tier, if you'll stick there. There we go. Now, on to my personal favorite character from all of Star Wars, Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight, from the Star Wars Rebels TV show and making a brief appearance in The Bad Batch. He is my personal favorite, so he gets S tier. Now on to Kylo Ren, our second Darksider of the video. Some people may find this blasphemous, but I am putting him in the C tier as well as Rey. Not awful, like Ki-Adi-Mundi, but he's just not for me, you know? He's not great, but he's not awful. On to the Grand Inquisitor. From Star Wars Rebels. Let's just ignore the fact that it's the Kenobi version of the minifigure with a mask on. He gets A tier as well. because he is just unbelievably smooth in Rebels, and I appreciate that they didn't overdo it with him. He stuck around as long as he needed to, and then he left. Next up, the fifth brother. So, from Rebels, I absolutely love him, but the Kenobi show does sadly drag him down slightly, so I'm going to put him down here in the C tier as well. Now, on to a fan favorite character again, Ahsoka. She is absolutely amazing in her appearances in the Clone Wars. She has a pretty compelling character arc in that. And then later on in the series, in Ahsoka and the Mandalorian, she is also quite a good character. And so I, personally, will rank her in the A tier. Now, on to a more obscure character for some of you. This is Jedi Nagata, I believe is how it's pronounced, from the Yoda Chronicles Star Wars Lego show. He's pretty obscure, I don't know much about him, and so he gets to be our first character in D tier, just because I'm not a huge fan of the Yoda Chronicles, I'm sorry. On to Marok from the Ahsoka TV show. He is also quite disappointing. We get to see a bit of him, but I just don't like him very much, so once again, he goes down here. Now on to Nair, I think is how her name is pronounced, from the Freemaker Adventures. I'm not a huge fan of Freemakers either, and so she gets to go down here in D tier as well. Now on to another absolutely amazing character, Jedi Master Yoda, who in all of his appearances has been absolutely phenomenal. I think everybody loves Yoda. Who could hate him? And so I am putting Yoda up in the A tier as well. Darth Dev, a character from Rebuild the Galaxy, a Star Wars show that came out, I believe, last year on Disney+. He's just not for me. He gets to be in D tier, down with the other characters that no one remembers. Now on to another character from the Yoda Chronicles, Jack 14, a Force-sensitive clone, as far as I can remember. He is actually kind of cool, so even though he's another character that most people don't remember, I'm going to give him B tier, because he's not bad. Now on to the absolute GOAT of Star Wars, the savior of the clones, who should be everyone's favorite, Master Plo Koon. Obviously S tier. I mean, I understand if some people don't like him, but he is just the GOAT of Star Wars. Ezra Bridger, an absolutely amazing Jedi who was born on Empire Day. I prefer him in the Rebels TV show, but he has done quite well in the Ahsoka show. And so he is an S tier with his master, Kanan Jarrus. Now on to Jedi Master Shaak Ti, the character who has died like 5 times across all of Star Wars. She is just not for me. She gets to be another character down in D tier. Now, Darth Vader, an absolutely phenomenal villain. I mean, he is absolutely cold in his appearance, showing up and just absolutely dominating every scene he's in. Jedi and Sith alike fear him. Has to be S tier. I know that technically he's just Anakin Skywalker, but he is absolutely amazing. Now, on to Barriss Offee. She betrayed Ahsoka. She bombed the Jedi Temple. We all should agree that Barriss Offee belongs down here in the F tier. Now, another fan favorite villain, Asajj Ventress, a Night Sister turned Sith, who I think was also a Jedi for a while. She's pretty chill. I don't think she belongs up in A tier, but she is a very solid B tier character. Now on to Barris's master, Count Dooku, apprentice to the Emperor himself, of course back when he was just Palpatine. Darth Tyrannus has to be the absolute coolest Sith name that there is. He's up here, obviously. I'm giving my dude that because he is one of the coolest Sith. He used to be a Jedi. I mean, he was trained by Qui-Gon Jinn. And then, yeah, just all around, he's awesome. Not trained by, he trained Qui-Gon, sorry. But, yeah, he is another S tier. Now, on to everyone's favorite Sith in all of Star Wars, Darth Ray Palpatine. I don't think I need to say anything more than just putting her down here. Like, she shows up for 10 seconds in one movie. Now, yes, that version of Darth Ray is from Rebuild the Galaxy, but I'm basing that off of the movie appearance where she's just not good. Now, on to the Emperor himself. Now, yes, this is Sheev Palpatine, not the Emperor's minifigure, but it's close enough. He is pretty chill. He gets A tier. Now, yes, he is a villain and all. Wow, that failed. Yes, he's a villain, but he is still pretty cool. Now, on to another personal favorite of mine, Cal Kestis, a Jedi Padawan who was, nearly executed during Order 66, but survived as a scrapper on Baraka. S tier. He just deserves to be up there. Now, that's it. That is all of my Force users that I have LEGO minifigures of. Subscribe to see the next one where I am doing non-Force users tier listed. I hope to see you all there. Peace.